Imagine stepping through weathered iron gates into a courtyard bathed in golden sunlight, where the air hums with warmth and the scent of lavender. This is the soul of the Mediterranean, rustic elegance wrapped in simplicity. Every Provence-inspired courtyard whispers of leisure, connection, and nature's effortless artistry. In this video, we'll transform an ordinary outdoor space into a Provençal dreamscape, where terracotta tones, limestone paths, and olive trees create an atmosphere of timeless serenity. We're not just redecorating, we're reviving a centuries-old rhythm of slow living. We'll explore color, texture, and pattern the way French artisans do, with reverence for imperfection and a deep love for sunlight. Think washed stucco walls, patinated urns, and rustic benches carved from reclaimed wood. Each element will tell a story of craftsmanship and calm. A courtyard framed by climbing roses, sunlight flickering across stone, a small cafe table waiting for morning coffee. Provence isn't far away, it's right here, waiting to bloom. The essence of a Mediterranean courtyard lies underfoot, the warm, tactile textures that ground every step. Terracotta tiles, aged flagstones, and gravel paths connect the human spirit to the earth. Their sunburned hues evoke the hills of Provence, blending practicality with poetry. We'll begin by selecting materials that age beautifully. Rough limestone pavers with mossy edges, or handmade terracotta squares with subtle imperfections. Each surface tells its story through time, transforming with the sun, rain, and footsteps of everyday life. The layout should feel organic, like it grew naturally from the land itself. Avoid symmetry, embrace winding paths, irregular shapes, and the romance of uneven textures. Provence is all about gentle disorder and lived-in beauty. Amber tiles glowing beneath olive branches, pale stone borders softened by creeping time, and a low wall of sandstone catching the day's last light, rustic, radiant, eternal. Colors in a Mediterranean courtyard do more than decorate, they breathe life into every corner. The Palette of Provence is sun-washed and organic, muted blues, creamy whites, olive greens, and soft ochres. Each tone feels kissed by sunlight, worn by the wind. To capture that effortless warmth, we'll layer shades like natural linen against dusky lavender, pairing muted clay pots with blue-gray shutters. Nothing should look new, beauty here comes from age, harmony, and light. Accents of cobalt ceramics and pale yellow cushions evoke seaside villages and rolling fields of sunflowers. The magic lies in restraint. Color should feel accidental, like nature painted it with her own brush. A courtyard where faded turquoise shutters open onto ivory stone, terracotta pots overflow with rosemary, and sunlight flickers across weathered walls, a living watercolor of Provence. No Provençal courtyard feels complete without the lush breath of nature. The plants bring scent, color, and soul, transforming stone and clay into living poetry. Lavender, rosemary, and thyme aren't just decorative, they're the spirit of the Mediterranean, humming with bees and sunlight. We'll plant herbs close to paths and benches so their fragrance releases with every brush of a hand or step. Olive trees in terracotta urns, cypress in tall planters, and cascading jasmine soften the architecture, blending structure with wildness. The layout should invite intimacy, clusters of pots, hanging baskets, and vines trailing up pale stucco walls. Choose hardy, drought-tolerant species that thrive under bright sun, rewarding neglect with resilience and charm. Lavender swaying in the breeze, rosemary spilling from cracked pots, olive leaves shimmering silver under a blue sky, a fragrant paradise rooted in timeless simplicity. Furniture in a Provence-inspired courtyard must feel both humble and sophisticated, pieces that invite rest without pretense. Wrought iron chairs, distressed wood tables, and linen cushions set the tone for slow mornings and golden hour dinners. Seek designs that feel inherited, not purchased. Mix curved metalwork with weathered oak or teak, and let the imperfections speak. The goal is not perfection, but the feeling that each chair has witnessed decades of laughter and conversation. Position furniture under shade, beneath a vine-covered pergola or a large olive tree. Layer seating with soft throws, patterned textiles, and baskets of seasonal flowers. Every corner should whisper comfort. A wrought iron bistro set beneath dappled sunlight, white linen fluttering in a breeze, glasses of rose catching the light on a weathered tabletop, simple, serene, undeniably French. The gentle trickle of water is the heartbeat of a Mediterranean courtyard. A small fountain or basin adds music to the stillness, creating rhythm and reflection. It cools the air, soothes the senses, and makes sunlight dance across stone. Choose materials that feel ancient: limestone, clay, or hand-poured concrete. Avoid polished finishes. Instead, embrace the natural patina that comes with time and weather. The sound should be soft, like whispers from a hidden spring. Place the fountain near seating areas or at the courtyard's heart. Surround it with lavender or ivy, letting nature soften its edges. The interplay of water, light, and scent creates an atmosphere of pure peace. A stone fountain draped in moss, trickling into a shallow pool where petals float, sunlight flickers, and the air smells faintly of time. Serenity carved from stone. When the sun sets over your courtyard, the magic begins. Provençal evenings are soft, golden, and full of whispers, and the right lighting transforms space into enchantment. Candlelight, lanterns, and string lights cast a glow that invites both romance and repose. Opt for warm tones, amber and honey hues that mimic firelight. Use wrought iron sconces, rustic lanterns, and glass hurricane lamps to scatter light like stardust across stone and terracotta. Shadows here are not flaws, they're poetry. Solar lights tucked among herbs or candles in antique holders bring intimacy and rhythm. Avoid harsh illumination. Provence thrives in half-light, where everything feels suspended between dream and memory. Flickering lanterns swaying gently in the night breeze, a courtyard bathed in gold, lavender silhouettes dancing against pale walls, a twilight symphony of warmth and quiet. Textiles breathe softness into the rugged beauty of Mediterranean design. Think linen tablecloths, woven rugs, and patterned cushions, all sun-faded, tactile, and deeply human. They blur the line between indoor comfort and outdoor living. Use natural fabrics like cotton, jute, and linen, dyed in muted earth tones or pastel florals. Each piece should look like it's been there forever, a story woven into every thread. Mix patterns thoughtfully: Provençal florals, stripes, and small geometric motifs echoing the tiles of old southern villas. Layer them for warmth, but always let texture take the spotlight. Soft linen cushions on a wrought iron bench, a striped rug beneath weathered tiles, sunlight gliding across fabric folds, texture and tranquility in perfect harmony. Provence is drenched in sunshine, yet its courtyards always offer refuge. Shade is not just comfort, it's design. Pergolas, climbing vines, and light canopies turn heat into harmony, allowing life to unfold slowly beneath soft light. Wooden pergolas draped in grapevines or wisteria blend nature with architecture. The dappled light they create is alive, shifting with the wind and seasons, painting patterns across walls and tables. Alternatively, use linen sails or straw umbrellas for flexible shelter. Let their natural tones blend into the stone and sky, keeping everything grounded and breathable. Sunlight filtering through wisteria blooms, shadows dancing on pale terracotta, and a wooden pergola casting golden lace over a tranquil courtyard, elegance shaded in green. Details breathe soul into the courtyard, the quiet touches that tell stories without words. In Provence, artistry hides in everyday objects, an old clay jug, a weathered shutter, or hand-painted tiles gleaming in the afternoon sun. Add ceramics, wrought iron scrollwork, and aged pottery as anchors of authenticity. Mix heirloom finds with handmade treasures, each piece imperfect, but full of memory. Time itself becomes part of the decor. Hang a mirror framed in distressed wood, place vintage baskets along a wall, or display herbs in blue-glazed pots. Each addition should feel effortless, as if discovered rather than designed. A sun-bleached courtyard with painted tiles underfoot, a clay jug spilling rosemary, and wrought iron lanterns gleaming against golden plaster, rustic elegance alive in every corner. Dining outdoors is the heart of Mediterranean life, where meals linger for hours and laughter echoes against stone. A courtyard table becomes more than furniture, it's a stage for joy, flavor, and conversation. Choose a solid wood or iron table surrounded by mismatched chairs. Drape it in linen, scatter wildflowers, and set earthenware plates beside glass pitchers of chilled rose. Nothing here should feel formal, charm lies in ease. Evenings come alive with candlelight and music. Let the scent of grilled herbs drift through the air as golden lamps flicker. The goal is to make every meal feel eternal. A rustic table beneath olive branches, terracotta dishes glowing in lamplight, and the hum of summer cicadas weaving through laughter, a feast framed by Provence. A Mediterranean courtyard isn't just a design, it's a way of living. It invites you to slow down, breathe deeper, and let time unfold like lavender fields under the sun. It's a space for stillness, beauty, and connection. When you walk through your finished courtyard, notice how light, scent, and sound merge. The distant rustle of leaves, the glow on weathered stone, the fragrance of herbs, these become the rhythm of daily life. It's not about perfection but presence, enjoying morning coffee as sunlight spills across terracotta, or reading at dusk while the fountain hums softly nearby. A courtyard bathed in golden twilight, vines climbing toward the sky, laughter drifting through open doors, a Provençal dream made real, alive with warmth and wonder.